Now, I had not gone ahead to pick interest into this story because I felt like it was not going to come to pass. But God Geoffrey Ochan, one of our regular viewers in the comment section, came up and obviously asked me, Rokani, what about Pogba's return to Manchester United? And I'm going to be really digging it deep from where it started to where it is really in here. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. As we talk Paul Pogba, we are going to be talking about Eriksen time coming to an end at Manchester United. It's elapsing and looks like Man United are also willing to let him go. Let's see close to 200 likes marking this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And it's a Tuesday in my country, 19th of November. Guys, you are heading into December. Is the vibe really Decembering? You know, December, it's party time in my country, and I don't know what December is like in your country. In my country, December means partying. You know, people party from Monday to Sunday, and I tell you what, you rather come and visit my country during December because you really enjoy exactly what these people are really enjoying to the fullest. So where do we start from? Let's start it from a story that came in through from a certain source that Paul Pogba, having gone ahead of it, terminated his contract with Juventus, he will be looking for a new club, right? And him looking for a new club, he'll be looking for a place to train from. And the story first came that Paul Pogba is going to be training at Carrington with the squad of Manchester United. He has put in his request, and the board has gone ahead to accept it that he'll obviously come and mix and mingle with the boys, you know. And I was like, how can a board accept something like this? You understand? Paul Pogba was bad influence in that dressing room, and we all knew to it that it was really right, you know. He led to sacking of like 2 managers at the club of Manchester United, and I saw no reason as to why we should obviously even allow him next to the club of Manchester United, you know. Now, Fabrizio Romano came up and obviously told us the truth that reports that Paul Pogba is set to train at Manchester United's Carrington are not true. Pogba is not planning to train at any club as he's working in Miami on daily basis. As soon as he signs for new club, Paul Pogba will be ready to go and train there. No contacts with Manchester United. So that is what Fabrizio Romano came and told us. And you note it that for him to come out and obviously put out that story, he first gets it from the source. And what's the source? The source is the management of Paul Pogba. And that's where he went ahead and obviously got that story from, and he brought it to us in here onto the United Matters channel. And I was really excited because those who don't know Paul Pogba, he came in throughout Manchester United when he was young and he was in the academy. Now, in 2013, he said no to Sir Alex Ferguson, new contract given to him, and he was like, I'm going to Juventus. And when he went to Juventus, he went as a free agent. 3 years later, he returned to Manchester United, you know, from Juventus at a record-breaking fee of £90+ million, you know. And that deal had only £45 million go to Juventus and £45+ million going to the pocket of his late agent known as Mino Raiola, a man who has gone ahead obviously trade talented players for really business. He has done it with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you know, and he has turned him into a money-making machine. And obviously, you see it with Erling Haaland. That's the plan already, that they're trying to see to it that obviously they're trying to get the Ibrahimovic blueprint to bring it and use it on Erling Haaland, because even right now at Man City, they want to keep him, and they're calling in for £500,000 per week salary. You understand? And likes of Barcelona are knocking on the door, and very many other teams. And you know, when Barcelona really rectifies its financial problems, it can really sign any player, and they can come up with an offer of £1 million per week to Erling Haaland. And as it stands, Barcelona have gone ahead to rectify their problems with Nike coming through with a very beautiful deal of 200 million euros plus, you know, and they're really going to be getting in more and more and more money. from different sides. You understand? So that is Barcelona for you. And he was trying to do it on Paul Pogba, because when his contract was coming to an end, he went ahead and offered Paul Pogba to Manchester City. And you remember in that game when Paul Pogba came off the pitch and was being substituted, the fans of Manchester United went ahead to really boo him, because they felt like he had done something bad, as stories were like Mino Raiola had gone ahead to obviously offer Paul Pogba to the side of Man City. And that is really unforgivable. Because Tevez did it, Owen Hargreaves did it, and that's why you've never seen those players come at Manchester United again, because they're not seen as the legends. Yet in their time, they won United the Champions League, and they won us some good Premier League titles, you understand? But because they went ahead, obviously, cross from the right side of Manchester to the wrong side of Manchester, obviously, that was really very, very, very bad, because United had a contract for Tevez, and Tevez was like, I'm going to Man City because they're really offering me more money. You understand? So that's the problem that really happened at Manchester United in the deal. So Paul Pogba came in through, and he was signed by Jose Mourinho, and Jose Mourinho made him his captain. And when they got misunderstandings with the manager benched Paul Pogba, and sometimes all it reached an extent where the manager couldn't obviously even see Paul Pogba make it to the match squad, and Paul Pogba was in the stands. Obviously, there was a mutiny against the manager led by Paul Pogba that saw the manager get sacked. And when the manager was sacked, you know what happened? Obviously, Paul Pogba led that mutiny to obviously sack Jose Mourinho. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in through. Paul Pogba wanted to leave to Real Madrid. United said, you're going nowhere, and they kept him around. And he played for 2.5 years for Solskjaer. Even Solskjaer got sacked. And one of the things that you look at Paul Pogba is that his career at Manchester United was characterized with very many injuries. And he's an injury-prone player. When Eriksen came in through, they told him to assess the people that were really leaving on a free before 30th June, and he said, let Juan Mata go, let Paul Pogba go, let Jesse Lingard go, let Edson Cavani go. All those players went as free agents. You understand? They went as free agents. You understand? So, Paul Pogba left to Juventus. You know what happened at Juventus, and now he's a free agent, and people were like, he should return to Manchester United. And I'm like, you people, why don't you want to move on? You get? It's always good for you to move on, because every time you move on, you really gauge the taste of new stuff. And this is what United should be all about. United should be all about moving on to the new era. And with Ruben Amorim coming through, I wouldn't like to see Paul Pogba return to Manchester United and bring the toxicity. Even if he's not going to return to the first team, even if he's going to be returning at Carrington, I don't like it. Why? Paul Pogba is a talented player. I tell you this. And where he is right now, he can do anything to impress any manager. I tell you. He can do anything to impress any manager. And in the due course, all what he has to do is simple. He comes in through train at Carrington. He throws in some beautiful training sessions. And maybe Ruben Amorim will be like, all right, let's get this guy in here. Let's get him here because he's not even earning a lot of money. Let's obviously try to keep him here for a season, for these months, because his ban is expiring in March, meaning that he's going to be available from March until June. He'll be like, let's get Paul Pogba in for 3 months. And before you know, he comes in and impresses, plays well for 3 months, and the club is running him a new contract. So I don't want us to obviously come close to any Paul Pogba temptations. I don't want that. I don't want us to come close to any Paul Pogba's temptations, because I know how good he is. And we all know to it that on his day, he's the best midfielder in the world. And if he pushes himself, he'll excite everyone at Carrington, and they'll throw him into that team. Because if Eriksen is wanted out, Pogba still has the intensity, has the energy. he's a complete midfielder. You get. You can play him as a number 8. You can play him as a box-to-box midfielder. You can play him as a central attacking midfielder. And in the system of Ruben Amorim, he needs players like Pogba who are really good on the ball. You understand? So that's what you need to know about Pogba. So I don't want him close to Manchester United. He's a very good player, but he failed to really impact himself in the years when he came in through at Manchester United. I think he came back at Manchester United when he was 23 years of age. If at all I'm not mistaken, it was like 22, 23, and was here for, I think, 6 seasons. He left when he's 29. Now I think he's 31. I think he's really going to age 32 years. So I think we don't need this guy around. Let the likes of Kobbie Mainoo shine, Toby Collier, and very many other players from the academy get to where we deserve. We see all we want them to be. So as we are clearing out other players that are really aged, why are we really bringing in another player who is injury prone? And you know, if he was injury prone in his young years, now how do you anticipate him to obviously find himself in a position of really being fit in his wee years of his career? You get? So I don't want him to come close to Manchester United, but even Fabrizio Romano has refuted that. Pogba is like, I'm going to be training in Miami, and then when push comes to shove, I'll obviously train with a team that really gonna be playing for. So he's like putting the work in, put the shift in to impress the people around him and see to it that all goes on well as planned. Now, Fabrizio Romano has also gone ahead and thrown a very huge hint, about Eriksen. He has said Manchester United and Christian Eriksen are still expected to part ways at the end of the season. No negotiations taking place of a new deal, while Amorim's opinion will also be considered, but Eriksen's expected to leave. Now, Eriksen is the best player at Manchester United this season. For the games played so far, no player matches his form and quality. You understand? But the new manager comes in through with an idea of intensity. When you talk about intensity, that kicks out Eriksen. And I know he was not in the plans of Erik ten Hag at the beginning of the season, but what brought him into the plans of Erik ten Hag were the injuries that we faced in the midfield. You understand? When you look at Kobbie Mainoo, look at Mason Mount getting injured, Casemiro having a very bad start of the season that really kept him off this team. You understand? So that's when Eriksen came in through. And the good thing that he did to himself was he really gave himself a chance. When the manager brought him on, he looked the live wire of that team, and that is Christian Eriksen. But when you look at the plan of INEOS, he's not the guy. He's not the guy. We all know his qualities. He's a super quality player, but you can't pay £150,000 to a player like Eriksen, who is of that age, when you note it that when Ugarte is fit, Kobbie Mainoo fit, Casemiro fit, Bruno Fernandes fit, Mason Mount fit, he's not obviously going to be part of your plan. You understand? So that's exactly what went ahead to happen down there for the club of Manchester United. And for me, I think Eriksen has really served us well ever since he came in through. I think the 3 years has been here. He has really done, he has put in the shift, 2022, 2023, 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025 seasons. I think those 3 seasons are really good for him, and he has put in the stats, and there is nothing we are going to be demanding Christian Eriksen. And if at all you're outside there and there is something that you're demanding Christian Eriksen, then I don't think you're really having a very good narrative. Though I don't oppose any of your opinions, but I don't want to see Ruben Amorim working with these old players because his game is all about intensity. Let's have young players. I know people are like we should be having experience, but let me tell you this, we've gone ahead to see teams win, with limited experience or with limited experienced players. Now, if this club has gone ahead to give Bruno Fernandes a contract, and is going to be here for more 4-5 years, he's 30. I think his experience is good enough. Marcus Rashford, though he's one of those players I really want out of the club of Manchester United, but I would rather keep him because he's 26, 27 years of age and he has the experience. You understand? You know, when you talk about Matthias de Ligt, he has the experience that you need. Andre Onana has the experience that can guide these players. Look at Mazarawi, he has the experience. You understand? So, I think if we get rid of Casemiro, get rid of Harry Maguire, get rid of Eriksen, I think experience will be there at the club, and we shouldn't really hinge onto that we should keep any of those players. Let those players leave, you know, in the summer, and let's integrate this squad with new hungry players that are really willing to put in the required shift possible, because this team can really do wonders and it can do miracles. So that's what I had for you for these two players. Pogba returned to Manchester United. Secondly, Eriksen is really leaving the club of Manchester United, out of the plans for the club of Manchester United. Now, your thoughts onto those two players are welcome in the comment section below, and what the stance has been put in by the board onto the table. Rokan David remains my name. You right? I sign out for now. See you later. Good morning. It's the 19th of November, and hope you guys are really having fun. And this is what we do onto this channel, and let's keep it buzzing, let's keep it burning, and continue to subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers into the mix. Guys, continue to subscribe because we are not far off from really clinching that milestone. Bye bye.